So, we have completed our discussion on prosody, and today we are starting our class with the discussion on rhetoric. So, rhetoric, the term rhetoric originates from Greek word rhetor that indicates a public speaker or public speaking. Latin rhetorica, rhetoric. Okay, rhetorica. So this Latin rhetorica, again then in French, it is rhetoric. Clear? So this rhetorica or rhetoric has the same meaning. At present, the meaning has been widened into any form of clear, elegant and impressive composition, whether written or spoken. Rhetoric, on the other hand, it enables a person how to add beauty and grace to her or his style of composition. For example, if you think about some commentary of cricket match, so if you speak and put your comments very simply, you will say Saurav Ganguly batting, next ball, it is Yorker delivery, beautifully played, and it is 4 run or 6 run. Okay, so this is the simple way of speaking. But if you want to charm the audiences on the spectators, you have to embellish your words, not by just speaking that in simple and fragmented way. You have to embellish and prove your power of speech. In which way? For example, now the tiger of Bengal, Maharaj, Saurav Ganguly is on the strike. The bowler is running faster. The bowler bowls in such a way that ball is like comes up in the speed of the shooting star. But ignoring that the Yorker delivery, Ganguly has driven it from the square leg and it's directly over to the crosses to the fences. So in that way, that gives a very beautiful expression of the ideas. Here, the function of rhetoric is very important. So this rhetoric, what does it do? It is actually embellishing and improving the power of the quality of speech. There, in literature also, we will find out some beautiful examples. For example, if you have heard, the man is carefully careless, isn't it? Again, I am like the lion. Some extent, students, you are doing your NSS activities, and when registered only 5 students, I asked for more 5 students to get registered. So therefore, instead of saying that I need 5 more NSS volunteers to assist us, we can say that I need 5 more hands to assist us for the NSS activity. So here, instead of 5 men or 5 students, I can use 5 hands. So again, it is the use of this figure of speech. So figure of speech means the figures that embellishes your speech. It is the rhetorical ornament in which simple and correct statements are clothed, are called figures of speech. It is actually a deviation from the plain and ordinary way of speaking or telling for the sake of some greater effect. So, there are number of tools, and these tools and components are called rhetoric. And in rhetoric, we can classify them in different classes. Basically, 7 classes. Okay. What are these 7 classes? These are figures based on one is number 1, figures based on similarity. Okay, based on similarity. Number 2, figures based on, after similarity there comes up association, based on association. Number 3, figures based on contrast. Also, in the first way we have seen based on similarity, then we have seen association. There comes a contrast or difference. Contrast or difference. Figures based on contrast or difference. In number 4, there comes figures based on imagination. Figures based on imagination. Number 5, based on indirectness. Indirectness. 5, based on indirectness. Number 6, after indirectness, there comes figures based on sounds, like what is going on, who use various sorts of sound effect. So this is again associated with some figure of speech which is called as figures based on sound. And number 7, figures based on construction. So these are the primarily 7 types of figures of speech which are to be discussed in our classes. And initially, the figures, let us again, these figures based on similarity, association, contrast or differences, imagination, indirectness, sound and construction. Every part again have some different figures of speech. What are these? Let us again have a basic details of that thing. We will go into the further and details later on, and discussion should be made on those things later on, particularly taking every part. But let us have some different the segments or every parts of these things. For example, based on similarity. Okay, similarity based on similarity. Okay, so there are basically 40 to 45 types of figures of speech, and these entire figures of speech have been just classified in these 7 categories. And the first category is similarity, and there comes up 1, simile. Number 2, there comes a metaphor. Number 3, there is simile, metaphor, then allegory. Number 4, parable. And number 5, fable. You can take a note of this because this will help you a lot later on. I think the whiteboard is visible to you. Yes, because the light is there to give some reflections on that, for which from that angle you are unable to see it properly. Okay, anyway, copy it from your friends. Okay, now based on association. This is based on similarity. Now based on association. Okay. Based on association, again, we have 4 types of figures of speech here, which are based on association. First one is metonymy. Metonymy. Number 2 is synecdoche. What's synecdoche? Synecdoche or synecdoche. Then third comes up transferred epithet, which has other name, hyperlage. Transferred epithet or hyperlage. Transferred epithet or hyperlage. And then the next comes is allusion. So these are the four types of or four subtypes of the figures based on association. Now, figures based on contrast or differences. Figures based on contrast or differences. Okay. So they are based on contrast or differences. First, there are 6 types. The first one is antithesis. Antithesis. Second one is epigram. Second one is epigram. E-P-I-G-R-A-M. Epigram. Third is oxymoron. Oxymoron. Yes, it is oxymoron, right? Then fourth is climax. You have heard about climax in drama or plays, but this climax is not like that, but it has some difference. But it is climax. So it is climax. And with making a link with that climax, we will find the fifth one is anticlimax. And sixth one, the last one of this segment is called condensed sentence. Condensed sentence, that is shortened sentence. So condensed sentence. Okay, condensed sentence. Clear? Any problem? No. Okay. Sorry. Then now number 4 that comes up on figures based on imagination. Imagination. What are these? The subtypes. Sorry. It is personification. It is personification. Okay, personification. Number 2, apostrophe. Apostrophe, for example, oh goddess, please help me from this state. So, oh, so here comes a apostrophe. Okay, then comes up pathetic fallacy. Pathetic fallacy. Okay, after pathetic fallacy, there comes personal metaphor. Personal metaphor. Personification, then the personal metaphor, then comes up vision. And the last one in this group is hyperbole. Hyperbole. Okay, have you written it down? Hyperbole. Okay. Yes, any question? No, yes, we will discuss it later on. Hyperbole actually, if we give some example to you, to say something in an extended way. For example, 10,000 bows to you, my dear friend, or my dear father. 10,000 bows. Can you ever bow him 10,000 times? No, it is not possible. Still, for giving some enhanced idea, showing your respect in a greater sense, you are saying 10,000 bows. So, it is called an example of hyperbole. Okay, we will discuss it later on. Initially, let us get introduced to the all types of the names of the different types of figures of speech. Later on, one by one, we will continue our discussion from that. Yes. So next, what did I write? Figures based on which one? Indirectness, right? Indirectness. Figures based on indirectness. There are four types. Four, yes. One is innuendo. Yes, the name is quite not known to you still. The more you read continuously again and again, it will be quite suitable and you are habituated with that. Innuendo. I-N-N-U. Innuendo. Then irony. Yes, you must have heard the word irony and you know that what irony is because in the previous classes when we were discussing our different dramas and what is called a drama and the elements of drama, we have known about irony. There comes up next is periphrases. Okay, periphrases. And then the last one is euphemism. Euphemism. Not euphemism, it is euphemism. Okay? So these are the four types in this category known as indirectness. And after indirectness, what was there? Based on sound, right? Based on sound. In this category, there are again five types in this category of sound. First one is pun. Okay, first one is pun. Then onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia. Okay, onomatopoeia. Then comes alliteration. Alliteration. Yes, right. You know alliteration. Yes. After alliteration, there comes assonance. Okay. After assonance, you will find paronomasius. 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 Okay. So these are the types of figures based on sound, and the last one is figures based on construction. Yes. Figures based on construction. Okay. In this figures based on construction, the first one comes up is interrogation. Interrogation. Okay, interrogation. Then second one is exclamation. Yes. Exclamation. After exclamation, there comes up seriousness. Seriousness. Okay. Interrogation. then exclamation, then shear stress. Number 4, yugma. Okay. Number 5, hendiaris. Hendiaris. Yes, the names are quite difficult to pronounce. It is hendiaris. Okay, it is hendiaris. Then number 6, litopes. Hendiaris, litopes. Then hyperbaton. Hyperbaton. Number 8, asyndeton. Asyndeton, yes, asyndeton. Asyndeton. Okay. Number 9, polysyndeton. Okay. So asyndeton, polysyndeton, and yes, other types there. Number 10, epanaphora. Epanaphora. And the last one is palidosia. Yes, palidosia. Okay, palidosia, Palilogia, palidosia. So these are all the types of figures of speech. And in the examination hall, suppose there might be a passage from some means essay, or there might be some what kind of stanza. From there, you may have to find out at least 5 figures of speech. So you have to find out those figures of speech, and these are the names. And from the next class, I will discuss the first. We will start based on similarity, that is simile metaphor. So in the next class, we will start discussing in details about the every figures of speech. Okay. So till then, initially, your tomorrow's task is to remember all these 7 types of figures of speech with their categories. Okay, and try to memorize and read it again and again. After that repeated reading, you will be able to at least identify them, which categories are of them. Then later on, when the discussion proceeds, you will be quite habituated and you will be quite skillful in that things. So therefore, thinking that you are coming tomorrow with all the things properly memorized and reading it again and again, let us conclude the session. Thank you very much, and come tomorrow again. As it has been discussed, we will start with the discussion on figures based on similarity. Okay. Okay.